Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're doing something a little bit different, and honestly, I am absolutely thrilled to share this one with you. We are embarking on this epic vertical descent across our entire planet. We're going to start way up high in the freezing mountain peaks, drop down into these incredibly dense, humid jungles, and then just plunge all the way down into the absolute pitch-black abyss of the ocean's deepest trenches. Along the way, we're going to track down exactly 10 animals that you will rarely, if ever, come across in your entire lifetime.
So what are the 10 most elusive creatures on Earth? Now, real quick, just to be absolutely clear right off the bat, the animals we're looking at today are not extinct, right? They are very much alive, but they're just so perfectly adapted to their environments, so wildly secretive, or living in such extreme, completely unreachable habitats that they stay entirely hidden from human eyes.
Okay, part 1, Phantoms of the Wild. We're starting our search for terrestrial ghosts high up on the rugged, frozen mountain peaks of Central and South Asia.
Animal number 1, the snow leopard, or as it's pretty perfectly nicknamed, the ghost of the Himalayas. This is a creature that calls some of the absolute most extreme rocky, high-altitude ridges on the planet its home. Honestly, just surviving up there is a feat in itself, but remaining totally unseen, that's its true superpower.
I mean, it's an absolute master of camouflage. Its coat is beautifully patterned to let it blend perfectly, and I mean perfectly, into those rocky cliffs and snowy ridges. You could be staring right at one and not even know it. Plus, it moves in complete silence, tracking its territory without leaving a trace. It's really no wonder wildlife photographers and biologists call it a phantom.
All right, animal number 2. Let's move off the mountain and head deep into the dense Asian jungles. Have you guys ever heard of the Asian unicorn? Well, scratch the myth. The reality is an animal called the Saola. This creature is so intensely secretive that science didn't even formally discover it until 1992. And get this, it was last seen in 2013. It avoids human contact so successfully that the moment it senses us, it just vanishes right back into the deep jungle.
Moving right along to section 2, hidden in the rainforest. We're dropping down from the mountains to uncover the dense canopy secrets of the humid Central and South American tropics.
Down here in the canopy is animal number 3, the glass frog. And this little guy is literally transparent. Like its ventral skin, its belly, is completely clear. You can look underneath this frog and literally see its heart beating, see its liver, its intestines, the whole shebang. And it's not just some weird party trick. This transparency is incredible camouflage. It completely breaks up the frog's silhouette as it sits among the dappled light of the rainforest leaves. Just sheer evolutionary genius.
Now, animal number 4 takes the exact opposite approach. The Panamanian golden frog stands out instead of blending in. It's actually a huge cultural icon in Panama, seen as a symbol of good luck. But that striking, bright golden color? Yeah, that's actually a stark warning to predators that it carries a highly potent toxicity in its skin. But despite glowing like a little gold nugget, you will almost never see one in the wild today.
And there's a really sad reason why. The culprit is chytridiomycosis. It's this absolutely devastating fungal disease that has just decimated amphibian populations across the globe. Because of this fungus, the Panamanian golden frog is now considered functionally extinct in the wild. If you wanted to see one today, you'd pretty much have to visit a specialized captive breeding center, like the EVAC in Panama, where they are working tirelessly to save the whole species.
All right, section 3, the ocean's twilight zone. Let's plunge underwater, descending roughly 600 to 3,300 feet deep. The sunlight down here is almost entirely gone. It's just faint, shadowy outlines from here on out. Hanging out completely motionless in the dim light of the Pacific Ocean is animal number 5, the Barreleye fish. And honestly, this thing looks totally sci-fi. It's bizarre. Get this, its entire forehead is like a transparent, fluid-filled dome, and those glowing green things inside, those are its eyes. They are tubular and they literally point straight up, so it's looking right through the top of its own head to spot the silhouettes of tiny crustaceans swimming about it. It's wild, and it is incredibly elusive. As of 2022, researchers have only managed to spot this fish 9 times. 9! Now, animal number 6, 33. Let that number sink in. That is the staggering length in feet of the giant Phantom Jellyfish. That is longer than a literal school bus. It drifts through the deep Atlantic and Pacific, and instead of normal stinging tentacles, it uses these massive ribbon-like oral arms to just grab its prey. But despite being absolutely colossal, it has only been seen about 120 times since it was first discovered way back in 1899. Section 4, Monsters of the Deep. We're going even deeper now into the abyssal depths.
The water pressure here is crushing, it's freezing cold, and the darkness is absolute. Welcome to monster territory.
Animal number 7 is the giant squid. You know the old myths about the Kraken, the legendary sea monster that sank ships? Yeah, this is the real-world animal that inspired all of that. It lives so incredibly deep and is so rarely seen alive or photographed in its natural habitat that it makes total sense how terrified sailors invented monster stories whenever pieces of one occasionally washed ashore.
And sharing those same dark waters is animal number 8, the Bigfin Squid, or Magna pinna. They recently spotted this in the Great Australian Bight at depths between 900 and 3,200 meters. This cephalopod is, it's completely alien. It holds its arms out in this bizarre horizontal elbow pose, with these extremely long, coiled filaments just angling down into the void to snag passing prey. Worldwide, there are only about a dozen confirmed sightings of this entire genus.
Okay, take a deep breath. Section 5, Surviving the Extreme Abyss. We are officially crossing the 6,000-meter mark into the most extreme, remote, and unexplored environments on planet Earth.
We're in the Hadal Zone now, literally named after Hades, the Greek god of the underworld. Down in these trenches, you have unimaginable, bone-crushing pressure, zero sunlight, and just sheer freezing isolation. But, miraculously, life still finds a way.
Down here, clinging to superheated hydrothermal vents in the Southern Ocean, is animal number 9, the Yeti crab, specifically a completely blind species called Kiwa tyleri. Fun little side note, scientists actually nicknamed this specific species the Hoff Crab because its bristly, hairy chest reminded them of the actor David Hasselhoff.
And the density of these things is insane. 700. To put that in perspective, imagine a single square meter. You can find up to 700 of these Yeti crabs just crammed in there right around those scalding vents. And those white bristles, they aren't just a fashion statement. They actually cultivate the very bacteria that the crabs eat. They literally grow their own food on their chests to survive in a total wasteland.
All right, animal number 10, our final elusive creature of the deep, the Gulper Eel. Found as far down as 7,500 meters, this thing is mostly just a massive whip-like tail and a gigantic stomach. It has this enormous, unhinged pelican-like jaw that lets it swallow prey much larger than its own head. Because look, when meals are that scarce down there, you literally have to be ready to eat whatever swims your way.
You know, Dr. Malcolm Clark, a deep-sea expedition leader, hit the nail on the head when he said, "It was an absolutely stunning find. It's a testament to how much we still have to learn about the ocean's depth." That just perfectly captures the absolute thrill of this stuff. Every single time we venture down into these untouched ecosystems, we are reminded of just how many bizarre, beautiful mysteries our planet still holds.
But, before we wrap up, we need to come all the way back up to dry land for a second, for a somewhat sobering reminder. 80. That number represents the estimated remaining population of the Javan rhino in Indonesia. They're unbelievably rare, tracked almost entirely by hidden cameras and the occasional footprint. But unlike those deep-sea creatures that are protected by miles and miles of ocean, the Javan rhino's extreme rarity is unfortunately driven directly by human impact.
So, from ghost leopards prowling icy peaks, to frogs with see-through beating hearts, and alien squids lurking in the pitch-black abyss, our world is just packed with these incredible animals we will rarely, if ever, see in our lifetime. So I'll leave you with this. With so much of our planet still totally unexplored, what else is hiding just out of sight? Stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.